Everyone. Are you all with me?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. As you know, our today's topic is very important and very contextual. So I would like this session to be very interactive because we all might be involved and all might be affected by the types of relationships we are having. So I would like you people to switch on your camera if possible and be interactive with me. Switch on your cameras, please. Okay, then be interactive because our today's topic is about close relationships or couple relationships. So I would like to start with the what does it mean by relationship? And do we all have some or other kind of relationships? Can anybody answer my question? What do you understand by relationships?
It's a connection between two individuals.
It is between two individuals. And can somebody be without any relationship?
No.
So means each one of us have some other kind of relationship. And why we are talking it today? Because in the today's world scenario, the one thing which is in the danger is and causing so many things in the life of people, that is relationship. Maybe it is individual relationship, maybe it is a family relationship, maybe it's couple relationship, maybe it's political, international, or any other type of relationship. So that is why it is very important to talk about it, about the relations, and couple relation is the base of every other relation. Why I'm saying that the couple relation is the base and the foremost for any other type of relation, because other relations are being developed when we become adult. But the couple relationship means the relationship between parents start influencing the child before the birth even. So what type of couple relationship parents had during the prenatal or during after the birth of the child, everything influenced the child. And we all would have experienced that influence on us. This influence can be negative, can be positive as well, because whatever we are today, that have influenced us from the relationship of our parents. So that is why this couple relationship is very important. And when we say about relationships, then what is the science behind relationship? How can we define the dimensions of relationship? That relationship is strong, moderate, or weak. So there are four dimensions, or in fact, five dimensions of any relationship. Number one is frequency of contact. How we realize that these people are related with each other. That is the frequency of contact they are making with each other. And then when the frequency is there, what is the duration of the contact? How much time they spend together? Maybe possible frequency is good, but they can't spend time together for a longer period of time. Another dimension of the relationship is that is diversity of different interactions. How many diverse interaction people are doing with each other, that also determine the intensity of the relationship. Because wherever we have strong relationships, we are interacting, communicating in about various things, diverse situations of our life. And the fourth important dimension is this influences. What is the direction of influence? This is unidimensional or this is bidimensional. So if this is unidimensional, that means one person is influencing. Bidimensional means mutual influence is going on. And when mutual influence is going on, then what is the strength of the influence? If it is a bidimension, even then, what is the strength of influence? How much one person is able to influence the other person, or both are able to influence each other. So means whenever we are talking about relationships, then these dimensions will be there. But along with these dimensions, some relationships are very close, or we say this intimate relationships. When we are saying close or intimate relationships, what does it mean to you? To whom you say that I have close relationship? Yes, this person is my friend, but this person is something more than the friend. What is the difference you find between the two people? One person is friend and one person is more than a friend. Can anybody answer? What is the difference you found when you say that this is my friend, but this is something more than a friend? You can raise hand, you can unmute yourself and respond. Shelja, can you say about? Hello everyone, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am. I had some network issues. That's why your voice was
Okay.
lagging. Yeah.
Okay. So can you say what is the difference between a friend and more than a friend?
Ma'am, a friend is someone who we rely upon for our, you
Hmm.
know, like things that, you know, I'm not really sure how to word this, but
Hmm.
friend is someone we rely upon for emotional support, for our, being a crime partner, being
Hmm.
someone who is there for you. But at the same time, more than a friend is also a person like that only. But the difference
Hmm.
is the difference is that that person might be someone who we want, whose presence we want, 24/7. We need
Hmm.
that person to be there with us, and you know to help us grow through things.
Hmm.
And I guess for me, according to me, a friend and a more than friend, if it is in one person, it makes
Hmm.
more sense. So yeah.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Shelja, for responding. To means close relationship, we are saying, then the close relation is not of strong, frequent, and diverse only. It is interdependence. Both are depending on each other. So interdependence is again a very important point. And what Shelja has said, according to this, if I say cherishing each other, not only interdependence, but cherishing the moments with each other is important. So means that is, and this relationship develops over a considerable period of time. This is said by Kelly, 1983, very famous social psychologist. He said that this kind of intimate relationships take time to develop. And that is why means we can say the people where the brain chemistry is matching, some sensual activations are there, means some of the erotic experiences may not be the sexual experiences, but maybe some excitement in meeting with each other, then this become some intimate relationship. The means intimate relationship is different than a friendship. And very often we listen people saying, no, no, this person is more than a friend for me. More than a friend means their brain chemistry is matching. Some kind of, you can say, uh, means sexual exchange is not the, means physical exchange, but there is a feeling, excitement, a romantic feeling is there, which in Hindi we say कि रोमांच आता है, excitement होता है ऐसे person को मिलके जिससे हमें, but it's not necessary always that they are having the sexual relationship. So this relationship may develop to the extent that they may be agreeing for the sexual relationships also, but always the intimate relationship does not include, because sex does not define the intimacy of the relationship. Sexual activities can happen between two people without intimacy even. They do not meet frequently, many times. So that is why that is not the defining factor of the intimacy. Intimacy also is being defined as, I said, frequency of contact. What is the strength of the relationship? Frequency is important, meeting frequently. Duration of the contacts are important. How much time they are liking to spend together. So that is why this all together creates an intimate relationship, the relationship which we say more than friendship. So then here, important aspect is that their thought process are matching. They are, which we call usually brain chemistries are matching, and they understands each other. So that's why they are cherishing each other. So here it is important that if we say about intimate relationships, they recognize partner as special and unique. So they always feel that their partner, the person with whom they are having the relationships, they are someone unique for them. And that is why they have developed that intimate relationships with them. And another important aspect here is that is desire. They have a desire. They have a lust. They cherish each other. They want to meet. They have a desire for the frequency of the contact with each other. Then we say this is the desire to meet. There can be some sexual attractions also, sexual desires also, but not the physical sexual activities may be involved, as I said. So that is why they are meeting frequently, desire to meet. And is physical intimacy, means physical intimacy they like, because they're, if I say spiritually, their auras are matching, their auras are interacting very nicely with each other, and they want to be together. They may be sitting together, not necessarily they are talking and communicating always, but yes, they are liking the closeness with each other. Then that is why this is called intimate relationship. So these intimate relationships sometimes are as romantic relationships, but sometimes may not be. It's not necessary that all intimate relationships will be the romantic relationships. So like this, we can say there are relationships, but nowadays, if we want to define couple, then if we define couples, then how do you understand about the couple? What does it mean by a couple when we are saying they are couples? Anybody can define the couples. So nowadays, if we are, I'm saying couples, so couples are those where very intimate relationships are there. And these couples usually are heterosexual, means relationship between a man and woman, male and female, was considered. And nowadays, homosexual couples are also there. And that is very much accepted. So that's why this is again a different kind of couple relationships where we are seeing that the homosexual couples are there. And previously, it was considered that the to be the couple, these people must be married. But nowadays, the relationship of this also has been modified. We are seeing that the people are in live-in relationships. They are also couples. So means couples can be of different types. If we are saying, then couple may be the heterosexual couple, homosexual couple, and the married couples and live-in relationship couples. And these couples can be before the marriage also. Means they may be the friends, but more than friend, as I said, but they are neither in the live-in nor in married category, but yes, they are like couples. So means couples can be of various types. Means if commonly I define, so means couples are those two people here having very close, intimate love relationships with each other. Then we say they are couples. But whenever two people will be meeting together, whether they are friends, they are couples, always the relationship will not be like lovey-dovey only. So their relationships may be of different levels. If somebody is imposing that we have very good relation, never have arguments, never have different opinions, then they are not truly telling about their relationships. Because when two people, they have their own thought process, they have their own mindsets. In the world, no two people can be of the same type of thought process. Some or the other difference will be there. Even if the twins are there, their thought processes are different. And when the couples are there, they are very different from each other, coming from different background, coming from different genetics, different ideas and thought processes are there. Yes, they may like each other, but sometimes there can be differences. But in the modern time, when we are seeing the couple relationships, then there are various conflicts are happening. And these conflicts are creating a very negative kind of environment, because if the relationship conflicts are so much that this is disturbing the peace of mind of both, then this is not like that they can adjust with each other. Many times we are seeing that the if we see the statistics of the divorce, it is increasing. When the statistics of the divorce is increasing, and you know that divorce is not a smooth process. It's very painful. It's very traumatic for both the couples, and if they have child, then it's very traumatic for the child as well. So obviously, why they have reached to the divorce state? Because the relationship was traumatic, very bad relationship. They had so much differences and fights with each other that they cannot now live together. So this all experience has made even the child to suffer a lot. So that is why this kind of conflict when happening between the couple, between the two people who are in the couple relationship, whether they are married or they are not, it is disturbing to other people's around them. They are being disturbed. If they are not married, even then their parents, their siblings and their friends, they are suffering. Very interesting thing, I'll just tell you. 26th, we had the Sangathan, that we have a great function in the MIT. When we were coming back from the Sangathan, a group of the students walking before us. And this group of the student was talking about the relationship of their friend. And they were disturbed. Why they were disturbed? They were disturbed because When we listen their chats and talks, then we realize that they were disturbed because they're that friend. This is female friend. Whenever she has a breakup with boyfriends, she come and she seek the shoulder to cry of the friends. But when she is making the relationship and she is not listening to her friends whether she should go for the relationship or not, and they were talking about this, कि whenever she had a breakup, then she need us, and whenever she moves in the relationship, she forget about us. So this means, what why I'm quoting this incident is, this means that these friends were disturbed because of the breakups of their friend, and this was disturbing their peace of mind. That's why they were discussing. So means, if the couple relationships are having problem, then these couple relationships will be influencing everyone in the surrounding, in the environment of the person, because we all are interdepending. Whenever we are in the bad phase of our life, bad phase means we have bad relationships, then we need someone with whom we can share. If we are not able to share, then it will disturb our peace of mind and we can have mental health issues. And these mental health issues also lead to some psychosomatic problems and other issues. So that is why having good relationships with other partners is very important. So there are important thing, as I said, is why it is important for us that we should have intimate relationships and why it matters. So this is again important. It doesn't mean that there is a conflict between the people, so we should avoid intimate relationships. Then again, it will be a mental health issue if person is not stepping into any intimate relationship, because these relationships are important for us psychologically and physiologically also. They are important for everyone. And what is important is, uh, the social scientist, this which I have quoted, Kelly, he has done the research, and others also have done the research on many of the cultural people living in different cultures, 100 cultures or more. Then they have found that throughout the globe, everywhere, in every tribe, every culture, people are moving towards intimate relationships, and they are always desiring to have intimate relations. And it means that this is a basic desire, basic need of human. And if we study about the animals also, then they also have a close and intimate relationship with other members of the species. So means this kind of relationships are the symbol of good mental health, because people are able to have good intimate relationships which are giving them satisfaction, which are giving them a pleasure, a positive experiences. These relationships will strengthen their mindsets also. So that is why this is important. Means intimate relationships are universal. Everybody want a bond from some other person. Then they are powerful also. Intimate relationships gives us power. Power means they take us to the high in the life and they take us to the low, lows in the life. Both sides, these relationship can take us to the highs. If relationships are good, they are giving power to each other and people can rise. And many times the studies have shown that uh, when the relationship was toxic, it was not good. After the divorce, people rise in their career, in the jobs, in their professions, they rise a lot. So means this can make even being in the relationship or being departed from the relationship. Both things are giving us experiences, and people can have a good experiences, even being departed, if this relationship was very toxic. But it depends if there is no solution can be found. And if the solution can be found and relationships could be made better, then even then, good relationships will give them to the highs in the life, because relationships are really, their effects are very powerful. And these intimate relationships also impact our health. As I said, our health means, see, we would have experienced, अगर आपस में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होता है, बड़ा हेडेक हो जाता है ना? Our head start aching, our palpitation increases, because there is a difference between the intimate relationship partners. Then it doesn't mean that it is impacting our psyche only. When the psyche is being impacted, it impacts our physiological health as well. So means intimate relationships can lead us to have a very good intact mental health if they are good. If they are toxic, then they can lead to have negative impact on the health also. And it has been found that the couple who have good positive intimate relationship, longevity increases. They live long life. They live a very happy, satisfied, satiated life, because their relationships are very good with each other. So that is why intimate relationships are very important to us. If somebody does not have any intimate relation, because many times studies have seen the children from the family where there were so many conflicting relationships, they start hesitating in developing any close intimate relationships. If they do not develop any relationship, then this again leads to, because their basic instincts are not being satisfied. They are suppressing their desire of the intimate relations. This again leads to various health issues, because mind and body are connected. If mind is not happy, body cannot be happy. If body is not happy, body is not at ease, obviously, then it will invite disease. Disease will come when mind is not at ease. Because of mind, body is not at ease. And when body is not at ease, then it will have disease. Disease can be mental health issues or physical health issues. So that is why this is important to have intimate relationships. But we cannot deny the fact that in the modern time, intimate relationships, conflicts are also increasing. So many factors are there that the people are having more and more conflict. People are going to one divorce, then entering into another relationship. Even then, they are not able to have a good partnerships. They again go for the divorce, then third time, then fourth time. And during this period, whatever the children they have given birth, these children are also suffering, and their children suffering is making the society also in the pain. Because if we talk to the teenagers, if we talk to the teenagers and young adult people, then whatever their mental health issues are, they are rising due to the parental relationships. What relationship parents had together, that has influenced the child. Obviously, when parents are having conflict with each other, they cannot develop a very good relationship with their children also. They have given them birth, but many times they are not able to take care of that child very nicely. When they are not able to take care of the child, child's basic requirements are not financial only. Their basic requirements are money, love, and very cordial atmosphere in the family is their basic requirements. And if parent is moving in one relation, then another relation, then another relation, This is again a very painful situation for the child. So many times, many psychologists have said, and many couple counselors are also saying that we should try our level best to be together for the sake of the child, because this child is our responsibility, and this child must be taken care nicely. But another question arises: if parents keep on living in toxic relation, they are not sorting out their issues. That toxicity is constantly there in their life. Would it give a positive impact to the child? Whether both are loving to the children, whether one is loving to the children, whether no one is loving to the children. They are busy in their own um, fights and all problems of the life. In every situation, the child is going to suffer. So that is why today we are talking about the ways how can we create a good, healthy, and cordial couple relationships. So these couple relationships, when we talk about, then there are various psychologists have said about couple relationship. I'm quoting Dr. Endra and John Taylor. They have developed one organization which is called Soulmate Academy. This Soulmate Academy is in US, and they are doing this couple counseling since last 35 years. And in 35 years, they have counseled so many couples. As a result, many couple relationships were improved. And even then, many of the couples were not possible to live cordially, but yes, they took the decision about being separated also. So they are saying that because they say that family breakdown, when the couple relationship breaks down, then family breaks down. Now remember, couple relationship, whether it is after the marriage or it is before the marriage, if couple relationship of live-in couple, couple relationship of heterosexual or homosexual couples breaks up, it gives equal pain to both of them because it's painful. It's not, we cannot say that if live-in partners are there, then pain will be less. If married partners are there, their pain will be more. If heterosexuals are there, then pain will be more. In homosexuals are there, pain will be more or less. We cannot compare, we cannot say, because breaking down of the couple relationship is painful because both are emotionally and physically involved with each other. When emotion and physical involvements are there, then when the things will break down, they are not going cordially with each other. When the things are breaking down, then it will bring the pain and it will affect the surrounding people and the environment equally. Even if you find a person, you do not know the person sitting in the cafeteria, and that person is in the pain and is crying, you will be feeling bad about that person. May not be communicating, but your heart will be affected by the pain of that person, and you will also feel the pain. So that is why it is important that if we can manage the couple relationship in harmony, in you can say in peaceful relations, then this is important. So there are some facts we must understand if about the couple relationships. The first fact is when the two people are together, they are unique in their own sense. Both of them are unique. We cannot say that one is good, one is bad. No, both are unique with their own characteristics. And both have to work to maintain and to improve the relationship. If we say one will work to improve the relationship, then it's not possible. Both have to work. But yes, maybe many times what happens with us is both do not come for the counseling, but one person of the couple is coming to the counseling. It means that person is aware about the problems and that person is open to the change. So if that person will start working on the self, then this person may bring the change, or gradually the other partner also come for the counseling, and the problem of both of them can be sorted out cordially, because now both are interested to work on their own relationships. So in every relationship, what is important is to maintain a good relationship. So Andrea and John says that first thing is important, that is be curious, not critical. Curious means, see, our partner may have said something, may have some feelings. So instead of criticizing that feeling or their words, whatever they have spoken, we must be curious and we must inquire to them reason of it. Means instead of being critical, if we inquire, then this inquiry will help us to make them to disclose, and we can understand them as a better person. So that is why it is important to, number one thing is be curious to know about them, not critical. Because in the critical, what is happening in the couple relationship, what happens usually when the problem is there, blame game begins. Everyone blame other person. So this is important to be curious, not the critical. Second important aspect here is be careful, not crushing. Because whenever any conflicting situation comes, then there is an instinct in each one of us. That instinct become active, fight or flight. Should I fight now or should I flight now? So we should go about that. And whenever there is, so it can be possible with the couples that they can set up the boundaries of their reactions. As we can make the boundary, couple can create the boundary. We will not physically abuse each other. It's not that one gender abuse other. Both can abuse and both abuses physically or mentally. So we can determine the boundaries that this will never happen among us. And we can setting up the boundaries what we are expecting from other. Very interesting thing happens, not only in India, but throughout the world. When marriage happens, when the couple enter to a relationship and they start coming together, then not only the couple, but parents are also involved in this relationship. And psychologists say this is a very, very interesting and common thing, that male members usually want the wife should be taking care of them as the mother. And not only the mother, the wife should take care of the parents also. Then many times the husband is expecting the wife must be very friendly with the mother. And it's not possible. Wife may be feeling, hello, on which planet I am? I am, how can I be friendly with other person, means with mother-in-law? And this friendship will develop over a period of time. This cannot be developed forcefully, that husband wants that mother and wife must be friendly. This relationship will grow gradually over the time. So that is why set up the boundaries. Don't create this kind of expectation from partners. So if there is anything, partners should discuss and should create the boundaries. The third is very important aspect is that ask, do not assume. something about the partner, many times we assume what would have happened, why this person have said anything, why this kind of behavior is coming. So instead of assuming, better to ask clearly to the person and try to understand the problem. Because very nicely said that we cannot solve problem with the same set of thought process and behavior with which the problem has begun. If not only in the close relation, any relation, if the problem in the relationship has come, to both people have to change their thought process, because the thought process has led them to have the conflict with each other. Now, if the same thought process they are carrying and trying to sort out the problem, then it cannot be solved. We have to rise up to the higher levels in the thoughts, and we have to rise up and change the thought process to maintain good relationship with each other. So that is why third habit is ask, don't assume. When we are asking, respecting we are respecting other person, we are giving space to other person to talk about. So that is why respect is important, because in any relationship, along with love, we love each other so much. We start possessing each other. We stop respecting each other because we try to possess. Whether this is uh, our relationship with our children, we love them so much, we start possessing them. The same thing happens with the partners. We start possessing them. Partner should do what I feel is right for that person. What I'm feeling that this is right for you. You should do and behave in this manner only. We are not respecting the thoughts and the ideas of the partner, their will, free will, desire. We are not respecting. We are expecting only. Then obviously the relationships will be in the danger. So this is the third point. First point was be cautious, not critical. Okay, so when we are, be curious. We are curious, not critical. We, with the curiosity, we ask instead of criticizing. We are asking and discussing. Second point we talk about is be careful, not crushing. Don't crush other person. Be careful about this thing. And third thing we talk about, ask, do not assume. Do not assume. If you are assuming anything, this assumption may be wrong, may be right. Instead of assuming, ask directly to the person about your doubts or your things and clarify the doubts and move on. Fourth is connect before you correct. Connect before you correct. Because what we are trying always to correct other person. When we are trying to correct other person, we are not connecting. Then that connection is missing. Before saying them for the corrections, it is important to connect with that person. If we are connecting them, so then we will be able to understand. Means connection will create a warmth in relationship. Means it shows that you have a warmth about that person. If you are correcting, then it increases the criticism more than the warmth about that person. And then if you are correcting, you are taking the person for granted. It happens many times. We have seen if wife is a homemaker, doing everything, doing everything, people start taking them for granted. If we are taking them for granted, then the warmth in the relationship decreases. And believe, if couples are having that warmth in the relationship, in the living room, in the drawing rooms, then their bedroom relations or also become much better, much you can say cherishing moments they can have. And that is why it is important. This warmth in the relationship must be nurtured And this can be nurtured by caring other person's ideas, other person's views, and trying to understand that, and then putting up your idea also in a very decent manner. Instead of correction, understand. And every relationship needs to be nurtured. It needs some time. Both partners are working, busy in their professions so much, they are not getting time to spend time together. It is very important for the partners to steal the time from the work. There's no problem in working, but steal the time from the work. Go for a movie, go for a picnic, go for weekends, and sometimes run away from the work to spend time together. These moments gives us the cherishing relationship. Important point here is what these people have conveyed, because they are the couple, they are the married partners, and they are the business partners also. So that is why it is said every times, caring does not mean the hugging, kissing, and then showing the love affection. Caring means we care the desire of the person. We care the um, means we care about that liking and disliking of that person, and it cannot happen from one side. It has to come from both the sides. When both are ready, both are communicating and setting up boundaries, then the couple relationship can improve. And this couple relationship will make them to have a very happy, satisfied, satiated life. It does not mean they will never argue. It never means, because two intelligent people are there. They may have conflict and they may have difference of opinion, but two intelligent person, if they are caring for each other, they will sort out their differences in a very amicable manner, and in such a manner so that it will strengthen their relationship. This is again important. To means your interest, your cherishing for each other is important, and we can live by example. Means whatever we are trying to say other person to do, we can start from ourselves. If I start from my side, then gradually that person will accept and change. Another couple counselor, Susan L. Adler, she also has worked for around 25 or 30 years in the field of couple counseling. She says that every conflict between the couple begins with anger, because anger rises up. If the conflict is there, difference of opinion is there, we feel anger. And this anger is the basic source. And when the anger comes, all emotions are being shedded by the anger. सोचने समझने की शक्ति, इमोशंस को फील करने की अंडरस्टैंडिंग और शक्ति कम हो जाती है, because anger overpowers everything. So anger is just like a bodyguard of all the emotions. Now, when the anger has taken the place, all emotions are being subsided and no space is being given to them. So that is why when the anger is there, then what happens? When anger is there, then blame game begins. Even the small problem can be presented as a very big problem. So anger magnifies everything. The anger is like that which magnifies, and what is happening is we start giving that the black bag to the partner, always a black log to the partner, that this is the problem with the partner. But one more thing we need to understand, which I will say, is whenever the partners are in the relationship, no person in the world do not have the dark side. We understand the meaning of the dark side? Do we understand the meaning of the dark side?
As in relationships, or like I didn't get your question.
Any person, if I'm there, I have a dark side. If anyone is there, that person also have a dark side. We have a bright side and we have a dark side as well. So what are these bright side and the dark side?
Ma'am, for me, bright side is something that, motivates you to do good. And
Hmm.
like dark side is something that, is suppressed somewhere. But at the same time, it is when triggered, can do things that you yourself are not aware of that you can do or something.
Yes. Thank you, Shelja. Because see, we all have dark side means negative side and positive side is bright side. Means if I am very happy, go lucky kind of person, it does not mean I do not have anger in me. I will also have anger. I will also have jealousy. I will also have other negative emotions in me. So means that is our dark side. Usually when the couples are meeting in the beginning, showing them each other their positive sides, their bright side. They spend short time with them. But when they start living together for 24 hours, how long somebody can hide the dark side? Sometime it will come up. So if you are developing the couple relationship with anyone, intimate relationships with anyone, accept the dark side of that person also. Because that dark side will come up. But we should know how to handle that also in a positive manner, in a nice manner. Because I also have dark side, partner also have dark side. If both are having the dark side, then we both should know how to handle the dark side of other person. So that is why, because if I'm saying anger, the anger has been activated in one person, then how we should be angry, we should be handling this. So this is that we should have this rule that we will do anything but anger. So means anything but anger means aba. If this is coming to me, that anger, then I can do one thing. Music is pleasant, I should know where is my cooling zone. Anger should be cool down. We all have anger, so we all have cooling zones also. Where can we cool down? If I am angry, I can listen music. I can dance if I love dancing. I can move out to the nature, can spend time with the nature instead of ventilating that anger on other partner. We can cool down our anger by using various strategies. One can sit and take deep breath, and because many times what the anger we are explicitly reflecting on what cause we are saying of the anger, that is not the true cause. When we sit and analyze inside us, maybe the cause of the anger is not the partner, but something in the office has happened which is irritating and frustrating me, and I'm blaming my partner for my anger. So if I sit, take deep breath, and think about what is the root cause of this anger. Maybe I'm frustrated because of something else, and I am exhibiting my anger towards my partner and making that person to be the source of that anger. So if we sit, if we do not react at the same time, but we sit and take deep breath, think about the real root cause of the anger. If we work on that anger, root cause of the anger, then anger can be controlled and can be handled in a positive manner. If your partner is angry, then in the anger, if we also means both become anger at the same time, obviously the conflict will become bigger. So one person at least can take the seat to be the calm at that time, and then When other person's anger has been settled down, then we can talk about it. So means another thing is, second point here is raising the bar. Raising the bar means take the higher scale. And if partner is irritated, raise the bar. Means you can raise yourself and you can think about, you can say about, means taking the cool step. Oh, I'm so sorry that you are being angry. Instead of becoming anger in the reflection also, one person can say, oh, I'm so sorry. You are upset. How can I help you? So this statement, how can I help you, will make the person to open up and will um, share the cause of the anger, and both can work together. Then the third important aspect is, instead of criticizing somebody, oh, आपने ये नहीं किया, आपको वो करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, instead of that, if we are giving a positive statement, I would love if you will give some time to go out. I would love if you'll do this. Instead of becoming, letting allow yourself to have pile up of the emotions, if we convey this thing in positive manner, instead of complaining, ki, you don't have time for me. Instead of this, you never do this. Instead of this, if we make the statement, I would love to spend time with you. So whenever you have time, we'll go out and spend time. So we can say this thing in a very concerned and positive manner. So means we can say and ask partner in a very positive way what we are expecting from them. So relationships are like garden. Garden, what is the important thing of the garden? Garden has ground. That is, our relationship is a ground, but it needs to be nurtured like a plant. Plant is there, love is there, and we need to nurture it with sunshine, with fertilizer, by watering it, by spending time with each other, by cherishing the company with each other. That is important. Even if we are not in good relationship, so we should think, I feel we should think, do I have a problem with my partner, or do I have problem in other relationships also? If I am having problem with other relationships also, means I need to work on me deeply. If I am able to manage other relationships very nicely, then I need to understand the other person also. And I will say, in the before closing my um, discussion, I will say that try your best to create a very positive relationship, but this should be done from both the sides. If one person lives in a toxic relationship, and after a longer period of time, if the this toxic relationship cannot settle down as a positive relationship, that means this relationship is not for us. So we should take step, but first we should try our level best to create that cordial relationship where both cherish each other. In the relationship, sacrifices are not very important. In the relationship, it's not necessary that one should go very down. If one is going very down, another person is dominating, it cannot be a balanced relationship. Balanced relationship is that where the both the partners are at the same level and they all are cherishing each other's company. There is no fear, there is love and care. Then we can say it is a good relationship and we should strive for it. Thank you so much, all of you. This is from my side. If anybody have any question, I'm open to answer. Now floor is open for the question answers. You can raise your hand if you have any question. And always remember, the same remedy will not be correct for all the couples, because every couple has its own dynamics, and both of them have their own characteristics and tendencies. So that is why, if there is the problem which is not being sorted out by themselves, better to go for the counselor and take the counseling, so that the cordial relationships can be developed among them. Any question in anybody's mind?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, dear. Yes, please.
Ma'am, I just wanted to have, a little idea about how to strike a balance between, keeping your own needs in mind
Hmm.
as well as taking care. I am from the field of psychology. I have
Okay.
by God's blessing, I think I have a good relationship. I have young
Hmm.
children and my family staying with me. But somewhere, when you're taking care of everyone, striking a balance, you do tend to put yourself down. That's what I feel, that somewhere, I'm not able to give myself the time I could when I was not in a relationship.
Hmm.
So,
See, Aradhana ji, I will say one thing, that giving the time to the self and telling others also in the family members, maybe our partners, our children, because what happens is the lady never asks them that I need time for myself. Lady keeps on doing, keeps on doing. And when we keep on doing, then sometimes some frustration can arise from this inside. Or if it is not arising, even then that there must be something that I'm not getting time for myself. And a stage comes when the children are also busy in their own lives, and partner also have no habit that you will ask the partner to spend time together. Then they start taking things for granted. Then it is difficult time. So that's why, instead of reaching to that stage, what I suggest is always create a balance. Yes, we are doing taking care of others, but sometimes give others also opportunity to take you, and they will also enjoy it. They can take care of it.
right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
So do not neglect that, I need time for myself. I also need somebody to care me. So I feel that moment is very pleasant when my child comes and says, "Ki Ma, may I cook chapati for you?" Then, even if the child is coming between the studies, allow the child to do it. May I prepare the tea for you? Then allow the child to do this. And if child does not offer, you can ask the child or the partner to do it. I was reading in research, it is said, where in the morning, husband prepares the tea for the wife, they have very good relationship. One research was there on it. And that is again a very good thing, because if a couple is there and wife is taking care of so many things, if in the morning husband offers a cup of tea to the wife, then this pleasant feeling of having cup of tea with husband which he has offered is a very beautiful feeling, will energize the person for the day, and you will spend the time in a very high and very nice feeling. So that is why, like this, we can create balance. We also give them opportunity. We can ask. It is, we feel, female feel that uh, it's not my right to ask, but it is your right to ask partners and family members to do something small thing for you. That is important. Any other question anybody have? You can share your experience, because I'm seeing everybody is adult and have some of the experience of intimate relationships or the relationship where the balance can be created.
Good evening, ma'am.
If there is nothing to be said, Ananya, then can we close the session? If anybody want to say, feel free to say.
Am I audible?
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good
Um,
evening.
Ma'am, I am in my only 20s, but
Hmm.
uh, being a part of this session, I was able to understand the phase of a relationship and how one needs to take care and handle a particular relationship. So
Hmm.
it was very informative and insightful. And like recently, I came across some sayings. Like I wanted to just add this, uh, most of the time people think of a balance as a 50-50% for each partner, but the sayings that I have heard of and came across in in relationships around me as well, like my parents relationship, it's always
Hmm.
if my father can give 80%, my mother will, if my father is able to give his 20%, my mother will give 80%. So I guess balance is not always about 50-50. It's about if my partner can only be there for me for 10% today, I'll be
Hmm.
the other 90%. So I
Hmm.
guess this needs to be, followed or, applied in people's life in today's world. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to add on to that. Yeah.
Very nice, Shelja, because partnership cannot be calculative. That how much percent somebody has done and how much percent I have done cannot be calculative. This depends on our mutual understanding.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. And I guess this mutual understanding is what takes a relationship further and, creates that safe space for each partner to be, vulnerable and be there for each other for a longer
Hmm.
period of time. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, even if a person have a healthy boundary or in a happy
Hmm.
relationship, there is some time that after a very long time they have this feeling that they might be losing the feeling that they have for the other person.
Hmm.
So, ma'am, in that state, what can be done?
In that case, if I feel that I'm losing interest in my partner or I'm losing the trust or something that in my partner, then I should sit and think about it. What is happening and why I am doing this? And I should, if I'm feeling that something is lacking from the side of my partner, to relationship is like that, we must be able to communicate with other person about what you are expecting and what is not being given to you. This losing the interest is, it means maybe possible the relationship is on a very superficial level. It's not in-depth relationship. Because in the beginning, I have talked about level of relationships. What is the strength? If my duration, my frequency, my diversity of the interactions are there, means if I'm having everything, then my relationship is strong. If I'm losing the interest, then it means the relationship is not a strong relationship. So one should think and try to make it a strong relationship and understand the reason why it is happening to me. Do I have a tendency of frequently changing the partner? Do I have a reason of about it? So I should understand myself and then understand the other person also. If there is a gap, we should communicate and we should work on it to sort out the issues.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless you, beta. Somebody has written something. I'm not able to see. Ananya, can you read the question?
Sure, ma'am. It's Aishwarya asking that, ma'am, I wanted to ask about how to bring balance when one of the partner has anxiety, has anxious attachment style, and the other partner has avoidant attachment style.
Okay. To see if this kind of attachment style you are having, to see it means that partners need counseling. They need to work on them, and then they need to coordinate with each other. See, if you are understanding this much, that I am having an anxious attachment style and that person is having avoidant, means you know the problem. You know the core to work on it. And then it's, see, don't hesitate to go to the counselor, I'll say. Because, see, in this session, when I'm taking to the group, I'm talking general things. But when we are meeting individually and trying to understand them, then we can work on them individually. So if this kind of things are there, then balance can be created by counseling and by working on each other, that balance can be created. Because yes, attachment styles have been developed during the course of the developmental period, whatever our experiences were there. And these experiences, influence can be treated by the counseling. And this counseling will really help the couples to handle the situation. Aishwarya, I think it makes sense to you. See, not only in India, but in the world still, people are hesitant to go for counseling about the couple relationships or about so many other mental health issues, because couple relationships are in the trouble due to our thought processes, our, as you said, attachment styles, our cognitive styles, our emotional balances. If I'm not balanced in my emotion, in me, how could I create balance with any other relationship? So that's why this balance is to be created. If my relationships are always in the trouble, I must take the counseling. I must go for the counselor, never hesitate to go to the counselor. Because few sessions can make your life very happy and beautiful. So Ananya, can we close this session?
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you so much, all of you. And nice to have you all here. I hope I was able to help you and answer your queries. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.